aim description, and international universals. Now that we have laid out the four basic tenets of the aim theory and provided some justification for each of them, it will be useful to conclude with a concrete illustration of the theory's general descriptive potential. By discussing a specific example in some detail, I will show how the AIM approach makes it possible to undertake meaningful cross-language comparison of international features. Cross-language comparison of international features always interesting, very interesting. This is important because cross-language comparison is a prerequisite to understanding international universals. There are enough widely shared properties of international systems that many investigators have hypothesized a universal common core of international signaling related either to the control of respiration during speech production or to supposedly biologically determined communicative effects of higher and lower pitch. That tendency is generally emphasized by those who assume a universal common core for intonation include declination, and more generally the association of low or falling pitch with completion. The association of high or rising pitch with both questions and non-finality, and the presence of local pitch movements on new or otherwise informative words. While it would be foolish to deny the existence of broad generalizations about how intonation affects the meaning of utterances, there are good reasons for skepticism about treating them as a basis for comparative description of intonation. That is, as a backdrop against which language-specific differences can be seen as minor variations on a single theme. theme. hmm. There are several problems with using universal tendencies as a basis for describing the intonation of a specific language. First, there are many obvious differences between languages and between different dialects of the same languages, which are often very striking to speakers of languages or dialects in regular contact. These are difficult to accommodate in any universal-based descriptive framework. Second, and more important, many universal generalizations are arguably based on a fairly Eurocentric sample, and are thus not really about linguistic universal but only linguistic areas. Particularly interesting in this connection is the work of Annie Ryland on question intonation in Africa, which provides clear evidence of a large group of languages in which the end of question utterance tends to be characterized by some or all of the following features: breathiness, slowed tempo, open vowel, and low pitch. Low pitch! Finally, and most important, many universal generalizations are so broad or so vague, high or rising pitch, that it is virtually impossible to subject them to any sort of meaningful empirical test. Without a generally agreed framework for describing intonation, it is difficult to compare intonation across languages and come to any reliable conclusion about the significance of similarities or of the differences. With such a framework, however, meaningful comparison ought to be possible. Sorry.